Elon Tennis officially owns the kings and queens of the court as the women go back to back. The Pride are moving on to the second round of the NCAA tournament following a convincing 2-0 win on the road at Syracuse. One spot is still up for grabs in the 2026 Air Force Reserve CAA Men's Basketball Championship between two programs who are starving to get back to March Madness. Hey CAA fans, Griffin Della Penna here. Come travel with me across the country from Buffalo, New York, all the way to Los Angeles for the HBCU Classic as part of NBA All-Star. An outdoor championship last spring, a cross-country title in the fall, and now the Elon women get the clean sweep, winning the 2026 CAA Indoor Track and Field Championships for another trophy to bring back home in the past calendar year. Just 11 games into the season, Stony Brook men's basketball has already matched its win total from a year ago. That's why the Seawolves are picked as my CAA Team of the Week. I read a great article that said that you were brought in because of respect, integrity, and standard of excellence. Why was this opportunity at Hampton something that you just couldn't pass up?
Well, for me, I've had an opportunity to build a lot of programs over the course of my career.
Now that we're almost at the midway point of conference play, from your perspective, Coach, at this point in the year, how are these programs up and down this CAA gauntlet really starting to build their own identities?
I am incredibly impressed with this league.
The college baseball season is already upon us, so let's reveal the 2026 CAA Baseball preseason poll, Player of the Year, and all CAA selections that were voted on by the league's head coaches. This season marks the first time since the 2021 campaign where the conference is split up into a divisional format. We begin up north as the reigning champ Northeastern Huskies are the preseason favorite. Flipping the calendar into October, there were plenty of highlight reel plays from around the conference. I'm Griffin Della Penna, and here are my CAA Plays of the Week. Let's start out with some women's soccer, and Stony Brook's Riley Rich thinks she caught Towson's Tegan Gardner sleeping, but the Tigers keeper gets a paw on it. Look at Gardner time the jump perfectly to get her right hand up there for the stop. Over to field hockey, where Monmouth's Milla Fry enters the zone, decides to go with the backhand, and winds up for a low shot that makes it through traffic for the goal. Hawks are still ranked 13th in the country and win their conference opener 4-0. And from one Monmouth goal to another, off a corner kick late in the second half, ball is played to the top of the box and then plays Plinko off a few Hofstra defenders before Chloe Messer lets one rip that completes the Hawks' comeback. Messer's third goal of the season comes at a critical time and makes it 3 straight wins for Monmouth. Make sure to continue to send nominations my way using the hashtag CAA Top Plays, and then check back in next Wednesday to see if your favorite moment will be featured in Top Plays. Back to back to back to back. Stony Brook women's lacrosse wins its 4th consecutive CAA crown, defeating Towson 18-7. I'm Griffin Della Penna here with your championship recap. Hayden Icefell scored back-to-back goals to put Stony Brook up 3-0, forcing an early Towson timeout less than 7 minutes into the quarter. The Tigers settled in following the stoppage with improved transition play. All CAA selection Hannah Lewis completed a first half hat trick to cut the deficit to 1. Towson's Elise Smigel tied it at 6 midway through the second, but Julia Fusco became the 4th Seawolf to net 2 goals, putting SBU up 8-6 heading into halftime. Head coach Joe Spallina was confident that his group would execute and respond to the Tiger run.
You know, I think it's just rely on your players, rely on your system, and you know, we're a great team when we stay on script. We were really on script the second half of both days. You have to withstand that wave from them and then just stay consistent.
What was a balanced Stony Brook attack became an Isabella Caparucio takeover. The CAA Midfielder of the Year came out of the break and recorded a natural hat trick to extend its lead 11-6. After 8 unanswered Seawolf goals, Caparucio felt momentum shift heavily in their favor for what they were doing collectively on the defensive end.
Yeah, I mean, we were just hungry for some stops, and I think that's ultimately what the game came down to, is our defense stepped up big when we needed them most. Towson got back on the score sheet for the first time in nearly 28 minutes, as SBU built a 10-goal lead, with Caparucio becoming the first player to have a 6-goal outing in the title game since 2014. The double-digit victory secured the Seawolves four-peat, becoming the second program in CAA history to do so.
I told them to enjoy what they've done, their accomplishments, and what they've done as a group. They've made look really easy. There were a lot of doubts to this group coming into the season. Every year we lose all these players. Nobody knows our next wave of players, but they do now. So
the tournament's most outstanding player reflected on what was different this season compared to Stony Brook's previous CAA championship squads.
This team, there's not one big star, where in the past we had, a few of those names. So I think it's cool to, anyone can step up any game, and so it's nice to just have different power, different places, and I think that's what makes this team so special.
The Seawolves now shift their focus to the NCAA Women's Lacrosse Selection Show that will be held on ESPNU Sunday at 9 p.m. Continue to stay locked in right here on our CAA social media platforms throughout Stony Brook's run in the postseason.